there's some problems with making everything public. For one thing, the video footage contains underage people being molested by Jeffrey Espstein. That can't be released, and it's never going to.
The MAGA movement are unhappy. The president is at odds with his own movement. Why is that?
Well, look, I think that's that is a misunderstanding of what's going on. Donald Trump built a coalition in the United States of the people who have been essentially left out, overlooked, disrespected, degraded, the kind of people who built this country, feed it, fuel it, and defended it. So he built this new coalition as the Democrat Party kind of changed from a working class party to a bunch of, I guess, as you English would say, posh snobs, along with essentially people on welfare and college faculty people. So we're still building this coalition. And we've made a remarkable series of victories over the last 6 months. In the last week or so, including stuff today, the Jeffrey Espstein situation has caused some controversy within the movement. Epstein, if your viewers don't know, was an American pervert, a convicted sex criminal, who was allegedly, well, not allegedly, because he was convicted of it, molesting young women, and he killed himself in a federal prison. There were thoughts that the federal government and agents inside, associated with the Democrat Party primarily, were attempting to cover up a larger scandal. And MAGA people promised going in that they were going to look at the record and release everything and illuminate what happened. And we sent in a bunch of very, very prominent MAGA people like Dan Bongino, for instance, who's a noted commentator in the United States. Very tough guy, former cop, former Secret Service, personal friend, tough dude. And he went in and he reported, there's not a lot there. The giant conspiracy that we thought might exist, there's no evidence supporting it. And a lot of people were disappointed. And
Donald Trump had promised, if he was elected, to declassify the files. And that's caused upset, hasn't it? Because instead, what we see is a very caveated version, a very different set of promises being made by the US president now than had been on the election trail.
Well, I'm not sure that's correct, because the Epstein thing was not one of Trump's major selling points. He was talking mostly about immigration, no more failed wars, about making our allies carry their share of the burden, that kind of thing. Epstein was always a concern of the MAGA people. And there were complications when they went in. For instance, some of the stuff that we thought might exist didn't exist. We keep hearing about an Epstein client list, as if he sat down and did a notarized list of his wrongdoing. Or we
don't know, do we? Because the files haven't been declassified.
We know that the people who went in have said there's nothing like that in the records. Now, did it exist and was it taken out? Did it never exist? We don't know. There are also
what has now been released. The Wall Street Journal, our sister paper, has published in the last couple of hours. I can see you're smiling, but
it's fun.
It's a birthday card to help celebrate Jeffrey Epstein's birthday, with a sort of a greeting accompanied by a hand-drawn image of a naked woman.
Donald Trump denies it's his. It doesn't appear. Look, I've been watching Donald Trump for 10 years. I've looked at that letter. I'm a trial lawyer. I'm kind of a suspicious cat anyway. It doesn't look like something Donald Trump would write. It just doesn't. And it's not particularly incriminating on its own. It's just tacky and kind of silly. But Donald Trump adamantly denies it. He says, no, I didn't write this. I told the Wall Street Journal not to publish it, and now I'm going to sue him. And, maybe he'll win. He's had success suing media outlets before. But I don't think that changes very much about what's going on. This letter was supposedly dated 2003, which was before this guy was convicted of crimes.
Do you know,
So
all of this would be cleared up quite easily if Donald Trump did as he promised to you and to your colleagues
well,
to say, we'll give you the information that you're looking for. We'll make it public.
well, there's some problems with making everything public. For one thing, the video footage contains underage people being molested by Jeffrey Espstein. That can't be released, and it's never going to. The Department of Justice typically doesn't release investigative reports that name people who are not charged because that tends to defame them. There are also court orders sealing testimony. Now, Pam Bondi, our Attorney General, is going to go in tomorrow and ask these judges to lift the sealing of these things, which I think is fine. Although, again, I'm a little concerned about innocent people being having their names besmirched by appearing.
Does that suggest that Donald Trump has been listening, actually? This sort of U-turn from saying, I'm not making any of the information public, and looking at the scale of the discontent between his supporters in the MAGA movement, he said, I've got to give something here.
Well, look, I think he wants to, I think he's confident that there is nothing legitimate implicating him in it, and that he would like to put this behind us because there are more important things to do. But yeah, I think now he has taken a different tack and said, let's just get this, let's get as much as we can out. Pam Bondi, go to court, ask them to release things. Now, keep in mind, this is a fight among influencers, among the base of the party, the regular folks. It's not a huge concern. If you want huge concerns, immigration, sealing the border, deporting every single illegal alien is very important to us. The economy,
among the base as well, upset about Donald Trump's intervention in Iran. You know, the president who promised no more wars. Another thing that's upset that core base. When the base find out what the Wall Street Journal have reported, that Donald Trump wrote in this letter to Jeffrey Epstein, he said, "Happy birthday." Allegedly, and may every day be another wonderful secret.
Yeah.
How will that go down with the base?
The base is going to look at it and say that's nonsense. And as far as crushing the Iranians, those SOBs have killed over 1,000 Americans in the last 40 years. We've been at war with them since then. It's the feeling among most Americans. We're what's called Jacksonians after Andrew Jackson. And the basic principle is, we're not going to hassle you. We don't care what you damn foreigners do, but you screw with us, we'll kill everybody you ever met. And that is that. Don't misunderstand Donald Trump or the MAGA movement as pacifists. We are America First Jacksonians, and if you cross the United States, we're going to kill you, and we're not going to think anything of it. And most of us are delighted that these 7th century savages have had their nuclear program set back for, I hope, permanently. It is a common mistake to misunderstand the opposition to useless, poorly thought out wars. And I was an Army colonel. I served for 27 years. So I could testify that our the American foreign policy establishment's strategic vision was disastrous. And we're very well aware of that. But do not misunderstand Americans. We will fight, and we will wipe out anybody we consider a threat.
How much has the MAGA movement been hurt in the last 6 months or so?
Oh, in the last 6 months, it's been hugely strengthened because we've had 6 months of victory. In the last week, we've had our first real public uproar as a new coalition. Again, we're building a new coalition. We're learning how to work together. And if you look at this is a very strange coalition in the United States. You have working class people. You have conservative intellectuals. You have evangelicals. You have people who are concerned with kind of upper class suburban health concerns like the Make America Healthy Again movement. You have people who are particularly veterans who are very, very angry about how the wars following 9/11 were conducted. So it's it's a new coalition for the United States, but we have a lot in common, and we've got a lot done. Huge tax cuts, destroyed our enemies' capabilities in Iran, closed the border, deporting thousands and thousands of illegal aliens. 1 million have self-deported. Getting these bizarre transsexual insanities out of our schools, closing down child mutilation centers was a big victory today. Hospitals are now going to stop doing that Caligula-like barbarism. We've had win after win after win. So the MAGA movement's stronger than ever, but it's not perfect. It is a coalition, and coalitions, you've watched English politics. Coalitions have internecine fights. They just do. And we're going to get through this one.